Take 2. Welcome to the debut episode of Nick Lenz's comic book classic. Okay, where I do anything from all the companies. Okay, Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, whatever. Depends on what I put on my box. In this first episode, I'm viewing Secret Origins number 44, featuring Batman vs. Mudpack. Now, these are the first 4 of the 7 Clayfaces. That's right, there are 7. This guy here wearing the suit, that's the original Clayface. That's the Carl. This book was also the first post-crisis appearance of him. The guy to his far left, that's Matt Hagen. He's the second Clayface. He's one from the Golden Age. Golden, Silver, and this guy, the one with the tube on his head, that's Precious Payne, the third Clayface. As a matter of fact, he's commonly referred to as Clayface the Third. He is the Bronze Age version of Clayface. And this lady, this is Sandra Fuller. So this was revealed many years after her debut. Let's see. She was not revealed to be her real name for many years. Let's see. I don't really know exactly when she revealed her real name, but basically, this whole book is simply telling the stories of all 4 of these Clayfaces at this time, when this came out in September of 1989. This book is written by, well, the first story, I have it up here, excuse me. The first story is written by Michael W. Burr, which is the coming of Clayface, and it's also the debut of the Mudpack. The tragic through amusing history of Clayface II. That's written by someone named Bernie Matsra. I have no idea who this person is. That's all I have on. Dan Rasper is the one who writes the story. And the third story is written by Lin Win, who basically writes the story. Now, who created these Clayfaces? Well, the first Clayface, Vesicala, was created by Bob Kane, the creator of Batman. Matt Hagen was created by Bill Finger and Sheldon Maldorf. Payne and Fuller were created by 3 people: Lin Win, Michael W. Burr, Marshall Rogers. And that's give or take. That's the first 4 Clayfaces. They came together, formed the Mudpack, because they had this strange theory that because they couldn't defeat Batman on their own, they thought they could beat the Batman together. Bang! That's an expression basically shoot in the butt. Because Batman defeated all 4 of these Clayfaces in the 4-part story Mudpack. Well, at the time of the story, let me show this cover again. No. This guy here was dead. He got killed by a Shadow Demon during Crisis of Infinite Earths. As a matter of fact, that was still very much canon. Though not Crisis of Infinite Earths at this time, because no one remembered Crisis of Infinite Earths until 2006. All they know is that he was dead and he got killed by a Shadow Demon. Okay, now prior to the Crisis, prior to New 52, this Clayface, the third Clayface, he had been killed in an explosion during the events of Cry for Justice, which a lot of people pointed out is a terrible series. Okay, I can give her that much. But this has nothing to do with Clayface. Now, what happens to the other 2? The original Clayface, Bessa Carl, he's still very much around, especially in the New 52. As a matter of fact, he actually had at least a few different stories relating to him in New 52. First of which was a 2-part story in Batman. It took up issues 19 and 20 of Scott Snyder's run of Batman, and that continued in a 4-part story in Batman: The Dark Knight. And of course, he also had a Villains Month one-shot that basically figured out what he was doing during Forever Evil. Yeah. Oh, and I think it was issue 24, I believe it was. That gave us new origin story for New 52, which I didn't mind very much. Now, of most changes in New 52, I had no problem with this change because apparently Penguin has something to do with his origin in New 52. Now, originally, when the first Clayface, Buzz Carliff, when he became Clayface, he became it because he got so upset because of a movie he had been starring in. He was a horror movie B actor who got upset because his movie was being remade without him. So he stole the costume of Clayface. Clayface was actually a character he played in the movie, so he decided to become Clayface in real life. And he was not a shapeshifter like the other Clayfaces were. He actually was a serial killer. That's why he's dressed like this. That's why he has the frickin' knife. Now his origin story is right here on Wikipedia. If you look it up, you see he's a German insane because he heard a remake of the classic horror from the Terror is basically being shot without him in the film. So basically, he fights with Don McNew many times over the years. As a matter of fact, he's still very much around. Let's see. Okay, he did appear in Death of the Family. Let's see. Now, there's no mentioning if the other Clayfaces are in the New 52. Okay? If there is, please listen to the comments below this video once I upload it. Alright. Since I got all that out of the way, that's basically just tells origin stories here or there. Okay? I give this book, I want to be fair with this book. This is a classic. And I love this book. I give this book a 10 out of 10. Well, in a way, I give it a 9 out of 10, just to be fair, because, well, the artwork is so freaking weird. Yeah, I have no objection to Keith Gibbons' artwork, especially for the first story. Mainly, I take up the star, mainly because the artwork for the first story is kind of bad. Yeah, but the other stories actually do improve. Yeah. Of course, there's a mention of it. Now, there's something basically, you don't see this very much nowadays, but you see that little square thing? Yeah. You don't see that nowadays in DC Comics. Basically, it's very rare you ever hear something like that. Basically, this is the third Clayface. This is Lady Clayface, where she looked back in the 80s. Now, I only took that star off mainly because of the art. Well, to be fair, well, the artwork for the second story is much better. As for the third and final story, his name is Clayface the Third, and it's written by different artists. This one's actually not that bad. This one's actually really good. Of all the artwork, this one's actually has the best artwork out of all three stories. So, to be fair, for this story, for this book, I can't exactly give it a 10 out of 10 because it's not a perfect story. So, I give this book a 9.5 out of 10. The only point it's taken off is because of the artwork of the first story. That's the only reason why. Would I recommend this issue of Secret Origins? Yes. Especially if you're going to read Mudpack. Now, this might be in the Mudpack trade paperback. Okay, if you want to read Mudpack, start here before you read the actual story. Otherwise, don't read the actual story. How the heck these guys come together? This book explains it. Okay? Now, does Mudpack show up after the actual story? No, they do not. They disband, and they're never brought up again. Alright? I thought it was a really ingenious idea they brought these characters together to form a team. Now, do Batman and villains normally work together? No, they don't. They despise each other. It's very, very rare when they work together. Okay? So, 9.5 out of 10. Okay? Alright? If you have any comments or questions about this particular issue, please listen to the comments below. I will answer them on my own time. Well, I probably won't answer them in another video, but I will answer. I could answer another video if you want me to, but otherwise I'll answer on my own. Take care, and I will do another episode of this. Okay? Bye.